What's going on, guys, and welcome back to our Surviving Java series. And today is, I believe, we're taking on the Sculk farming project. I've sort of been putting it off for a couple of weeks, trying to work out the mechanics of how the Sculk spreading actually works, and I think the best bet is to actually go and build it in the end. So I sort of mocked up a design that is working to a degree that I like it, and it works in a concept way that I fully... Oh, I'm holding the carrot, so it's making the horse go nuts again. And it works with the mechanics that I understand for it to work with. I've also filled in all of the empty gaps, which I'm going to be doing from now on with the Witch Hut Farm project. So that way we end up with more and more chances of actually getting that. I don't know if I said that in the last episode or not, but I thought I'd cover it before we go back to the board at the end of today's episode. So yeah, I think that's it. I've sort of mocked it up, and I've got resources set aside here for what it should be, and we're going to be building this in the end, but I can't exactly remember what end island we are going to be building from. I want to build it off of, because obviously it's got to be over the void, because we're going to be relying on the Enderman spawning and dying to create the Sculk pulses to actually turn the stone into Sculk. So we're going to have to sort of build it out in the void, but I want to build it off of the island that has our cobble generator. And I can't really remember, it's been a while since I was actually out here using that. So, oh yeah, this is what we done last episode. The parrots are still here, by the way. They've not wandered or meandered off. But Mac did die in the portal by falling down that high. So we've had to replace the bottom with powdered snow just to sort of break your fall. So if we go into our map and see which direction our farms, that's Mac's farming area. That is the map area. I do believe this is our cobblestone generator. So if we build it off and avoid in this direction, we may end up having to mine out a few of these little floating sections, but they tend to be relatively small. So what direction is that in? Like northwest, so it should be over in this direction. I'm fairly sure if we go through this portal, it should take us like relatively close to there. So it's just north of here now, and I'm fairly sure I've got a end gateway there as well, so that should be pretty good. Yeah, so we've got an end gateway. Wow, I just ran out of rockets. So this is our cobblestone generator farm type deal. And if we build it out into the void that way, I'm hoping that that will give us enough leeway between this island and other islands, so that way we can maximise the spawning. Them islands are relatively small, so it should be fine. But let's go throw down a whole bunch of these shulkers. Like so. We're going to be using more crying obsidian for a large part of this build, purely because obviously it gives them enough light value that will prevent endermen from spawning on the build itself. And we are going to want you out and you out. We're going to want some rockets on us. Thank you. So what I'm going to do is start taking down these 3 islands. Hopefully not look at any endermen in the process. And then after I've taken down these 3 islands, provided that one is far enough away, if we bring the walkway off from there, I'm going to want to build it down as low as possible as well. So if we bring the walkway down from there, we should be out of range of most stuff in order to prevent the spawns. So yeah, what we're going to do is jump into a time lapse. There's other bits and pieces I want to try to get done in today's episode, rather than just focusing on this one singular project, because after I've built it and walked you through how it sort of operates, it is a relatively simple concept and simple design. There's very few things that you can do in order to change the way that the game mechanics work in order to create Sculk blocks, so we're just going to have to go with, I'm fairly sure, like 90% of the farm designs out there use pretty similar mechanics of setting up a sort of Enderman farm style thing for generating Sculk, and that is pretty much what we're going to be doing. So after that we can then jump into doing something else I don't know if I want to go back and work a little bit more on our trial chamber automation, or if I want to go and try get the rest of the wolves that we're missing, because I think there's still like 5 more variations that I need to get in order to complete that collection, and then maybe create a little room in our base for all of our dogs to sort of be housed and sit. But yeah, let's jump into a time lapse of me building this thing, and then I'll bring you back to run you through how it all works. Alright, so we've managed to finally get it built and all in place. I sort of underestimated how far all of the islands were, so I got rid of them 3 little ones first of all. But then if I bring up like a despawn sphere, this is how far you need to be away from everything to ensure that there's no spawns on the other islands. Which means I'm still going to have to take out this one, them 4, that one, and then this pretty large island. But it is a very sort of comparison size to like the massive ones. It isn't too bad. It will take a while to sort of get rid of it, but for the time being, in order to get a sort of proof of action of it working and whatnot, I've just lit up all of the areas that were within the despawn sphere, just so we get an idea of how it will work, because I've not tested it in survival. We've also got a bot on over at the iron farm, and I don't know how that's going to affect the sort of spawn rates of the stuff here either. So what we can do is fly up here, and we've got our little endermite in his little cage thing. We can get rid of these torches to allow the enderman spawns to be up here. Rid of you, and the last one, you. That should now be dark enough for the enderman to spawn, and then we just need to switch on the machine and pray it actually works. So we turn the timer on, and there we go. So I've made sure that the glass is high enough away so the Sculk doesn't go up the glass, because that is an issue that I was running into as well. And what we need to do is just wait for this sort of Sculk to sort of start spreading, and it will spread up and over the obsidian, the crying obsidian as well. But what we're waiting for is the Sculk blocks to make it all the way to the front here, which is just what we want, like so. And then we can just sort of sit here and farm all of the Sculk blocks, and then either side we have the pistons pushing in the stone to allow the Sculk to then spread even further. So it's just a case of us standing here going back and forth. So what we can do is just go into free cam, keep an eye on it, and then go say /player joys attack, would it be? Attack continuous, and then that would be me sort of going back and forth farming the actual Sculk. So it's doing its job. The one thing I'm not too sure about that may end up causing lag issues is the ender pearls that we're not getting rid of from where the endermen are dying. But as you can see, like, the stone generators are perfectly fine. I did figure out that you need to be really careful with the stone generators to ensure that they don't produce cobblestone, because cobblestone cannot be turned into Sculk blocks. So that's one thing that I had to sort of figure out to ensure that stone was reliably being produced and no chance of cobblestone. And it was a sort of similar water with the lava, how you have to do the moss farms as well, because the same sort of coding applies, as in the moss blocks can't take over cobblestone. That I'm aware of anyway. I'm fairly sure it doesn't, because it ends up breaking the machines. But yeah, nevertheless, what I will have to do is obviously get rid of the rest of these islands. We have a look up here. We just got like a pathing thing so the endermen run round. Although the ones like that spawn really close by to it can't actually get a line of sight on it. which is a little bit annoying, but we are getting quite a lot of spawns anyway. I could try speed up the timer. The only thing about if I speed up the timer, there's then a chance of us getting the cobblestone spawning, which is obviously not what we want. So I need to be a little bit careful with the timings, because if I start doing it too quickly, the stone won't have enough time to generate, and it ends up just glitching out and producing cobblestone. But I need to find out an issue of maybe having just the endermites in on a single pane of glass. Might be an idea. But they tend to be like quite reliably just running straight down and pathing around to that gap, which is then allowing us to sort of mine these Sculk blocks. And the Sculk blocks are getting shot down this oh my god, will you be quiet, Discord? Getting shot down into the hoppers, into this dropper sort of system, which then pushes into these chests underneath, and then we've got the walkway that leads underneath for us to be able to get to the chests. I do need to put in a elevator at the end so I can get up and down to this platform, and then also clear out the rest of the islands. But other than that, this is pretty much a fully automatic Sculk block farm, which is something that I could have done ages ago with, because the entire ceiling of my storage room is just the Sculk blocks as like a night sky sort of thing. If you hold on one sec, let me try to mute Discord. I think that may have done it. I'm hoping it's done it. Usually whenever I open OBS, it sort of puts Discord into streamer mode, which sort of prevents all of them notification sounds from popping up. But yeah, that is the sort of farm up and running. We are now getting all of the Sculk veins covering all of the crying obsidian. We are getting some of the sensors eventually. The sensors will take over the entire sort of top section on top of the stone, but it tends to be relatively rare that happens, mainly because I'm harvesting the Sculk blocks, so the Sculk pulses tend to have places to go other than creating sensors. But we're getting the sensors, Sculk veins and the streakers from our other farm over our storage area. So yeah, nevertheless, that is the farm now up and running. Happy days, one more farm down. Now we can, I'm going to pack up my stuff, and I'll probably do the elevator and stuff. I won't like mine the islands. I'll wait until others are online in order to help me do that. But for the time being, what I'll do is I'll put in an elevator just so I can get in and out a lot easier, and then we can go on and find something else to do. So yeah, hopefully you have enjoyed the time lapse, and hopefully if you've got any pointers of the Enderman catchment area, so the ones that are spawning really close by, not being able to get line of sight on the Endermite to track it, because that tends to be the main issue, just slowing the farm down. I guess I could do like another ring of concrete with the carpet on top, so that way they can't spawn this close to it. Yeah, because it just seems to be the ones that are standing like directly next to it, although these two can't see it either. What is going on with that? If we go to F3 and B. Interesting. But yeah, nevertheless, hopefully you like the farm. If you've got any pointers or tips on ways of improving it, then do let me know. Also, of getting rid of the ender pearls reliably, do let me know. And I will meet you back after I have tidied up and done the elevator. So yeah, catch you back in a bit. Alright, so we are home sweet home, and I've just put all of the stuff down here because I can't have another sort of bot AFK waiting here, because it will take the spawns away from our iron farm, and we've got Iron Man sitting over there still getting us a bunch of iron to replenish our stocks. So far we've got these two. I can't really tell which one this is. I think this is another one of these ones. So this is the Ashen Wolf, and then this other one is the Woods Wolf. The hell is an wolf? The Woods Wolf and the Ashen Wolf. And there are how many variations? I've got like a wiki up on my other monitor. So we've got So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So we still need to get 7 of them. So the black wolf, chestnut wolf, rusty wolf, spotted wolf, striped wolf, snowy wolf, and I do believe the pale wolf as well. Yeah, the pale one. So we'll go for the pale one first of all, which is a tiger biome one. So what we're going to need is a whole bunch of bones on us. Can we get like access to this guy? There we go. And grab you guys just in case. We've got food and we've got rockets, which is the main thing. These sticks can be thrown away somewhere. So we are looking for tiger. I have no idea where the closest tiger is, and I don't know which direction the closest newly generated terrain would be. I'm thinking it may be up around here. That's old growth pine tiger. So we've got tiger just to the north of us here. And then we can go through to the old growth pine tiger. We've got a little bit of a desert, a little bit of a savanna with a savanna plateau. And we've got jungle down there. Trying to see where the closest area has got like multiple different biomes right next to one another. That are going to be, I don't know if they spawn in the old generated areas or not. But what we can do is go over to say like the tiger up here. And just have a scout just to see if there are wolves spawning here. So we want to go just up this way. It's not too far away. It's just where Sizzle's base is. Or just to the right of where Sizzle's base is. Which isn't too far. And once we tamed one, we're sort of going to have to hoof it on foot a little bit. I should have really brought a saddle with me. That way I could have just went by horse. But we are next to Sizzle, so if I haven't got one in my ender chest, I can always just go and pinch one off of him. So we're keeping an eye on our mini-map. We've got some pillagers that spawn over there. And I'm not seeing any wolf heads. I see a frog's head, which is really weird because they should not be there. That's got to be like a hatchery thing that someone has set up. That's someone probably being me, but yeah. Yeah, so someone's clearly like had the frogs just hatching there.
Lovely jubbly.
And there goes my phone. So I'm going to fly around, see if I can spot any of the new ones spawn in, and I'll bring you back as and when I sort of find them and tame them. And I think we found the first one. So let's do one of them. And there's quite a few of them that's over here. It's not actually too far away from where we just were. So let's just get a couple of these. These guys I think are the originals. And then we've got the woods, the ashen. So we're looking for old growth pine tiger, which is just over here. So yeah, let me head on over to that area and let's hopefully get the next one. Alright, so I found a horse. Ran, I think, 4,000 blocks. And I think I finally found one of the other ones. This one is the chestnut wolf, which we definitely have not yet got. So let's do something like that. Let's just get a couple of them. Hey, where you going, guy? Seriously? How many bones is this guy going to take? There we go. That's two of the chestnut ones. These guys are the old growth spruce tiger. We're still looking for the old growth pine tiger. Have we got any old growth pine tigers here? We have down in this bottom section here. So if we go set to temporary waypoint, let's delete that one. So I'm going to carry on riding, see if I can't find this next one. So far we've got 2 out of the 5 that we need. So yeah, it shouldn't hopefully take too long, depending how far the other biomes are from us. I see them. These are like the black wolves which look really freaking cool. Okay, let's just drag it across over to here. Come on, buddy. Grab you. And where did it go there? Let's grab a couple of these guys. Hey, stop it. Stop running. Okay, got you. And got you. Okay, so that's the two sort of spruce ones. We're looking for sparse jungle, savanna plateau, wooded badlands, and grove are the last ones we're looking for. So jungle, taiga, and snowy area, which is the grove. Or the grove, I've got the name. Where's the closest like sparse jungle to us? Taiga, forest, birch, meadow. You got a tiny sliver of grove down here. We've got a fairly decent little grove section just there. Forest. But I don't know where the closest jungle or sparse jungle is going to be from us. We can use our cheaty locate command. Biome. Sparse jungle. It is 1,459 blocks away. So 8054 minus 2450. So 8050 minus 2450. 8050 minus 2450. And sparse jungle. SJ. Let's say beer green. And that's going to be our target location. Great. Let's first of all bring you up. So that is all the way north up over here. So it's not too bad actually. And then I can see like a little fraction of the savanna area over there. So jungle, savanna, and desert area tends to be like clumped together. So yeah, it's just going to be a little bit of a trot through this land in order to get up there, but it doesn't look too bad. There's only like 1 or 2 sections of water, one of them being this one here. So I'll catch you once I reach that location. Alright, at the location and trying my best not to... I fell into 2 different caverns and almost lost one of the dogs, but they actually saved my arse by taking out a witch that was poisoning all of us. There should be, I'm fairly sure I saw... There we go. These guys are the ones that we need from here. Although these guys look fairly familiar. Like, dude, don't go up vines. It's dangerous. Okay, there's one. Is there another one of you guys? Yeah, these are called the Rusty Wolves. I could have swore that I saw another one of their heads around there. Where are you? There. Stop moving. There we go. Okay, so next one is going to be so we've got Tiger over here, plains. We've got Badlands over there, so I'm wondering which direction is going to be the next ones on the list. So Savannah Plateau. Okay, biome. Savannah Plateau. It is, wow, really? So 7180, 3930, 7180. Oh god damn, I've got the numbers already. 7180, 3930. 7180. What was it? 30 something? 30? 30. 530. Oh, that's definitely not how it was, and it was negative, wasn't it? 35, 30. Savannah Plateau. Is that even like remotely close? 39, 30. What did I put? Oh, you know what? It's close enough. So we're going to be heading out over there, but the bad thing is that it's trying to send us across the ocean, which we can't really do when we've got an entire pack of dogs with us. So we're going to be seeing if we can loop around on the land masses and try to work our way around the edges. A little bit tedious, but in order to try and get this done and save me the hassle of setting up individual nether portals to move every single one of these, it might just be, although that would probably be the much quicker route, to be honest with you, if I would just get all the coordinates of the biomes and just set up nether portals on the nether roof, it would have been about 1,000 times quicker. But I am never going to avoid a nice little trip on a horse, especially being followed by a pack of dogs. So it should be enjoyable. Well, I'm enjoying it anyway. Which I think is all that matters. So yeah, I'll catch you once I reach the next location. Alright. So this is now like the 3rd or 4th savanna plateaus I've been to. And also I do apologise if there's been no game audio on any of the clips today. I noticed that there wasn't game audio recording for the dog taming section. So yeah, I don't know why that is. It keeps on reverting to system defaults on my OBS settings, and it's really driving me up the wall because it's like the 3rd different time it's done it, and yeah, it's like unless I remember to double check and triple check it, sometimes it can just screw my recordings. And I've done it to an entire episode of my Fallout series, and it's done it to 2 full episodes of my modded series. The modded one isn't too bad because I've got like manual backups of stuff, but when I'm doing stuff on the server I can't roll back the server. It's not as easy as rolling back a single player game. But nevertheless, that's one more dog down. We are now looking for the striped wolf, which is Wooded Badlands. Have we got any of them Wooded Badlands near us? I cannot see any. Windswept Savannah. I have no idea. Let's have a quick look to see if there's any nearby. Wooded Badlands. We are apparently travelling another 2,000 blocks away. So 6210 and 3730. So 6210 is this way. And so slightly in the southwest area. Back towards bases apparently where Wooded Badlands are. So yeah, I will meet you once I'm over there. Oh my god. I've had to trek so freaking far, and as you can probably tell, I'm no longer on my horse and I'm no longer being followed by the entire pack of dogs. That is because the other closest savanna badlands or wooded badlands that hadn't been explored, I'm having no luck with the wolves spawning in areas that had already been generated. So where I was all the way over at our Wild West area. I was checking all of the badlands around these areas and I was having no luck. So I've left the entire pack of dogs and the horse over here, flew the 10,000 blocks all the way over to here. And then I found a camel at a village just on the outskirts over here in the desert. And I've now just wandered over into this badlands to finally find these hyena looking ones. So yeah, quite a journey to try to get these guys. I did also have one of my normal, what is it, is it pale wolves die, and that was, I fell into a cave, like a cavern, and there was like a source of lava that was flowing down the side of it. They were teleporting in and around me. One of them teleported in the lava, and I was unable to save them. But it was just one of the normal bog standard ones, like the white ones that are over there. So it's not like the worst thing in the world. Like, it's one of the easiest ones to replace. Frickin' armadillos. You guys suck. So hard. Go away. Yeah. Screw you, armadillo. So yeah, the closest nether portal that we've got near us is going to be the Sizzle Island over here where our art gallery is. So I may head up over to there, but I still need one more variation, which is the Snowy Wolf. And that is in the Grove. I don't know where the closest Grove. That's a little weird smiley face type deal. Biome. Grove. And 2,270 blocks away. What's that? Minus 9233 and 440. So it's mainly west and a little bit northwest. So I'm just going to sort of wander over there on the camel and see if I can't find it. It's a much longer walk and the camel's a lot slower, so it's probably going to take a hot minute. Oh, and obviously we're going to run into loads of water, aren't we? Which may make it difficult. I have got a bunch of leads or leashes, depending which way you want to swing with it, in my ender chest, so we can always sort of drag them along or throw a couple of them in a boat and leash a boat and drag the boat along with us. But we'll try to stick to the land masses as much as we possibly can and see if I can't actually get over there. Yeah, so it is mainly like west. The bad thing about the camel as well, not only is it slow, its vertical jump height is next to none, so I can't even leap up like a 2-block height. I have to sort of meander in and out in order to try to get up these hills, which is a little bit tedious, but I'm not against camels. I like the feature of them being able to jump across like canyons and whatnot, but other than that, they aren't exactly the most versatile of creatures to get around on. So yeah, I'll catch you once I reach the grove and hopefully try to find this final wolf that we actually need. Alright, so I've ended up having to fly. I lost the camel in some powdered snow. Almost lost them 2 dogs in powdered snow. So I've left them all the way over here and I've had to fly 5,000 blocks into newly generated terrain because these dogs are stupidly rare spawns, unfortunately. But I think I have got one on my minimap. I think I've actually got 2 on my minimap. This Grove section is a pretty large section. So we can finally head on over to this guy here. Here's the final one. Let's get rid of all of these waypoints. I think this is the final one. Yes, it is the whole thing. Okay, there is another one, so we're just going to go and tame the other one that's over here. So we've got 2 of them, considering how rare they are. And they're rare because, one, the grove biomes, when they do spawn in, they're not overly large areas. And 2, they only spawn in singles, so they don't pack spawn. So getting more than one is... Why are you not letting me tame you? Okay, there we go. You was just being a dick. Okay, so we've got these 2 guys here. You can see it. You can see it. These guys, we're just going to set up a nether portal on the roof, as well as the same for the other ones. So let's go doggos 2. Confirm. So we're going to set up another portal to get these guys, another portal to get the other guys, and then we are going to... actually, how far are the other ones from? Yeah, it's still quite a trek, so I'm going to go to the portal on Sizzle's Island, and then set up a portal on the roof for each of these ones. And once I've got all the dogs, that's like all the dogs tamed, once I've got them all back at base, and... sort of situated, I probably won't get round to building a sort of enclosure for them today. We can sort of just get back and spin the wheel, and then you know what, I'm actually running pretty low on time. Trying to get these dogs back before I do that is going to be a bit of a nightmare. We're going to head straight back to base and we're going to spin that wheel to see what our next main project is going to be, and then in between this episode and next episode I'll get all the dogs back and create some sort of enclosure in our base to sort of house all the different 9 variations of them. And that's my elytra nearly dying. So how far away are we? 6,000 blocks you're going to be able to hold up? I'm going to have to keep an eye on it just to see. But yeah, I'll catch you back once we're back at base. Okay, home sweet home, and we have made it back safely. I did actually have to swap out my elytra. I got down to like 2 and I was still about 4,000 blocks away, so I ended up having to swap it out. But nevertheless, before we make this video drag on that any longer, let's start spinning the wheel. I'm trying to think of what project I wouldn't mind doing. I wouldn't mind doing like a decorational one, so like the industrial district or the ancient city. Mainly because we done a redstone one today, and we done a fair little bit of redstone the episode before by automating the gold and iron farms. So I'm sort of thinking of what I would prefer to do. But decorational one, either way, as long as it's not like a really ridiculously grungy one, like the witch hut one. If it lands on that, I'm letting you know beforehand that it will be around about 2 or 3 weeks before the next episode, because that project's going to take a lot of work and planning to get working the way that I want it to work. But we're actually on a line that has no witch hut projects whatsoever. So what have we got here? We've got the Weeping Vine farm, a zoo randomizer, headhunting, multi-tree farm would be a good one. Another zoo project, wacky cow farm, and a negative modifier. And we're on 3. So next episode we are going to be focusing on headhunting. You know what, that's not too bad. That's just like adventuring and finding out like what heads we should really go hunting down for to try fill out the rest of our boards on our gallery. So yeah, I'm alright with that. It means it's a lot less grindy, a lot less planning. We could just jump straight into it, and there's no like resource gathering required. It's actually one of the godsend ones, but this one can now go into here like so. This one can go into there. We're going to have to find somewhere to put all of these finished projects. Yep, that's a new way of pronouncing that word. So let's throw the another witch hut one over onto the board. It's filling out. I then also need to think of what to replace the witch hut ones with when it does land on it. So I'm going to have to find some more projects in order to work on. But nevertheless, the next one is going to be, turn your background the right way, is going to be headhunting. So I'll sort of get a list sorted as to all the heads that we need for the gallery still, and then we can sort of decide as on what heads we need. I know that we're going to need all the different variation of the wolf heads now, so it's good that we've got like 2 of each one, so we could breed them up and then sort of murder the offspring to try get the heads that way, because otherwise flying around to all them different places to get the wolves again is going to be a bit of a nightmare. So we've really sort of got a little bit of a jump start on that. But yeah, nevertheless, hopefully you enjoyed today's episode, and hopefully I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye bye.